Howdy chaps, and welcome back to our 4,000 subscriber special. It's not really a special, it's more of an update. I have been going hammer and tongs on this XD and will be for the next little bit. So I'm more focused on work than YouTube at the moment, but I thought considering we cracked the 4,000 subscriber mark and the XD is making significant progress, I might just slip in a bit of an update on it. So have a look. Right chaps, you might notice the XD is in primer, and I mean 2-pack primer. I have spent a bit of time. You might have seen that I did that rust repair the other day in that other video that, if you read the comment section, caused a bit of a stir. But anyway, we'll gloss over that. So there was a few little niggly bits to fix up on this. I had one issue where the person who put this quarter panel on actually got this bit in the wrong spot. So, whoops, I'll point it out, this bit in the wrong spot. So, no joke, that was like a centimetre further in, so I had to cut all the welds and tap the quarter panel back out so the little plastic doodad that fits below the tail light actually lined up, because I was not planning on putting bog in there because there was no need. Spent some time, you know, grinding down welds and finishing up things and going over the thing, and, you know, a bit more work to the sill panels, a few dents that needed to go away, and just basically finish up what I had started, and just get the roof all prepped, get rid of any surface rust that was on it. It's all looking pretty lovely. There's not an ounce of bog on that roof. That, well, obviously you'd expect that for a new old stock roof skin. I don't think it's 100%, but it's pretty damn good. I'm very much against putting bog in roofs of cars. Not that, you know, you can do it, but the reason I don't like it is because the roof expands and contracts a lot in summers and stuff like that, and it tends to crack bog quite easily. So if you're going to put bog on a roof, just keep it as minimal as possible. Don't carve your car out of bog or something like that for the roof. At least keep it out of the roof as much as you can. Obviously easier said than done. One of my other pet tricks is letting the air out of the tyres if you're not blessed with height like myself for reaching the middle of the roof. And we also treated the rust in the boot floor from a leaking battery. I seam sealed it and put some stone guard in there and tidied it up, and then sprayed some 2-pack on it. Obviously I knew what I was doing here would end up back in there, but I can always clean it and then throw some black back in it. But I wanted to seal up the boot. It also helps sort of lock in any potential dirt that might have been floating around it. I mean, I cleaned it, but just in case something decided to flake up, that's why I sealed it all up and made it nice. And we're going to have to do something similar to that floor before we paint the thing. But the plan is to throw some paint on this very soon. Hopefully next week, I reckon. Or at least the body shell. I mean, the chap's budget isn't enormous, so you can only get so much done in the hours you have, and materials are really expensive. But I thought I'd show you this. It's looking lovely. And of course the Commodore is, I mean, that Falcon that looks covered in the bag, that's covered up, yeah. There's no Commodores in here. So everything's looking lovely. So I hope you enjoyed it. It's a quick, short and sweet, but the XD is making progress. I normally would film what I'm doing, but I'm sort of a bit gung-ho to just, doing YouTube, if you are filming while you're doing something, stopping to then take footage does make getting things done just a little bit longer in a task than you might do, and you get distracted. Whereas I'm doing this, I'd like to stay focused and just potentially just give you updates of how it's travelling. One of the issues I've got to fix on this is here, where this car at some point has lost its bonnet. I have another piece for that which I want to fit. That's why I only primed to the windscreen and then did the back half, because that's a fairly monumental task in its own right. But for a car that Even I had doubts it would get this far. It's actually, you know, almost there. And then it was after doing the body, we then got to do all the panels. So, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and thank you to all of those who have subscribed, and particularly recently, to get us over that 4,000 mark. That's a fairly monumental achievement for my little YouTube channel, so big thank you to you chaps.